What if everything really did work out for you? I mean, think about it for a moment. Like, what if all those twists and turns and detours were never really mistakes? They were just divine guidance, taking you and directing you to exactly where you needed to be. Hi, I'm Shakilia, and welcome back to Enchant Your Life, where we talk about all things spiritual, self-empowerment, and just making your life as magical as it can be. One of my favorite spiritual and law of attraction teachers, Abraham-Hicks, always says everything always works out for you. And when you can truly start to believe that, not just saying it, but feeling it deep inside your soul, your whole life begins to soften. You stop worrying as much and you stop fighting against what is. You start to really trust the process and see how your life unfolds. You start trusting that even if you can't see how, your life is unfolding perfectly. You know, as they say, hindsight is 2020. How many times have you been through something that you thought was horrific, heinous, devastating, just a terrible, terrible situation, and then later on you realize that it was a blessing? Like, oh my gosh, at the end of the day, that was good for me. It reminds me of that song Blessing by Black Adan. He said something like, what I thought was a tragedy was a blessing. When you're up on leave was a blessing, a blessing. My hands up high, a whining low. You know, in the moment it might feel like things are falling apart. And then you realize that things were actually just falling into place. Sometimes it takes contrast, those moments of knowing what we don't want, like I don't want this, for us to realize what we actually do want. And that's step one of manifesting. That's the asking part. And we usually ask because we've experienced something that we didn't prefer. That's where expansion takes place. That's where desires are born. So the asking, that was step one of what Abraham-Hicks likes to call the 5 steps of the manifestation journey. So step one is asking, as I mentioned, and step 2 is that it's done. It's automatically and instantly done. It is answered by source, by God. And all you have to do is actually just release resistance and allow it to manifest into your life. And that's step 3. That's our part. That's where we come in. That's where we trust and we allow and relax and let our desires become manifest. And step 4 is when we get really good at step 3, when we get really good at allowing things and trusting that it will manifest for us. So in this step 4, we become really good at allowing, and we no longer need to control everything because we actually can't control everything. And step 5, that's the fun one. That's when we encounter contrast all over again. All the challenges, the pain, the things not going as planned. And instead of like going bananas and having a meltdown, we actually say, okay, I see what's going on here. I see the cycle. I see that I'm expanding, and this is all a part of life. And I trust that it's all good and it's all for me. It's for my good. Remember that you are the lead character in your story. And with any good story, there are going to be plot twists. There's going to be a lot of drama. Some unexpected things are going to be happening. And that's all part of shaping you into that main character that you are. And sometimes our lessons are wrapped in sandpaper. I think I heard that from either the speaker Lisa Nichols or Maya Angelou or somebody. If you know, put it in the comments. But yeah, our lessons can be wrapped in sandpaper, and it can be hard and difficult and painful. But the sandpaper smooths us out and helps us shine our light even brighter. Everything you've been through has made you more resilient, more compassionate, more aligned. And I've been through a lot of stuff too. We've all been through some crazy stuff. But let me tell you, every time you fall down, you have to get right back up. Every time somebody knocks you over or a situation knocks you over, you have to get back up. You can do it. I've done it over and over and over again. With all of that, I was able to see how strong I was on the inside. And I became, I got closer to God. And I was able to see different perspectives. I started to definitely get more compassionate for people who I may have condemned previously. But with the new perspective, I'm able to see things from their point of view and have more compassion. And that comes from going through stuff. Like, you got to go through stuff in life in order to have a deeper and richer experience. And we've heard trust the process so many times, but it's so true, because the universe could be preparing you for your blessing. That wish you had, that vision that you had, you're being prepared and molded and strengthened so that you can handle what's coming for you. And when you reach that place where you can actually say thank you for the uncomfortable moments, like even when you're in the middle of the uncomfortable moments, and you can actually say thank you because it's really something good for you, that's when you really find a place of peace. But in the end, it really is all good. And even when you don't feel it, all really is well, sweetie. Everything is working out for you. If you're in the middle of something uncomfortable, just remember that this too shall pass. The storm will settle. It's darkest before the dawn. All of those sayings are really, really true. And when the sun rises again, you'll see that life was truly happening for you, not to you. I've gone through times where I felt like God wasn't hearing me. I would feel like I'm in despair. And, the thing is, I was just not in the right vibration, the right frequency to hear God and hear any answers. And in those times, I have to remember that even in the times where I feel like I can't hear, that's me learning. That's me learning patience. That's me praying and getting closer to God. That's me trusting that I'm going to hear an answer. And with all of that, when I get out of it and I'm on the other side, I can actually see how that experience helped me grow. It helped me get closer to God. It helped me trust more. It helped me trust more in divine timing. And the more you go through things like that, the more you trust. So when something like that happens again, that, it worked out before. And that time and time again, it will keep working out. Maybe you went through a rejection. Just remember that rejection is God's protection. Maybe that delay was really preventing something horrible from happening to you. Maybe that delay was there to teach you to trust in divine timing. Maybe that brick wall you keep hitting is redirection. Check out my video on hitting a brick wall. I'll link it in the description below. So today, just breathe and relax and let go of the worry. You don't have to figure it all out. Trust that it's going to work out just the way it should. Now I have some affirmations for you. I want you to say them with me. And as you say it, we have to feel it as if it's true, because it is. Everything is always working out for me. Even when I can't see it, things are aligning perfectly. I trust the timing of my life. I am the star of my story, and I'm doing beautifully. And this last affirmation, my favorite affirmation from Louise Hay, that I say to myself time and time again: I'm blessed and anointed, divinely guided and protected. I am safe. I am loved. I belong. Remember, you are loved, guided, and supported every step of the way, even if it doesn't seem like it. And one day, you'll look back and realize that it all worked out, because it always does. Everything is working out for you because you are amazing, you are powerful, and you are God's favorite. So of course everything's going to work out for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Share with a friend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Love ya.